Alright, so pain rap is starting to pop again, especially in the UK. And I don't know if it's the cold weather getting everyone down, or people are just wanting to hear some real life stuff they can relate to. But even rappers in prison are getting crazy deals. You've got Marnz Malone, who apparently signed a 6-figure deal, and then K Money, who just signed a pot of paper. And I think it's so sick, man. If you can change your life from inside, then I'm all for it. So in this video, I want to show you how to make pain type beats from scratch. So I won't waste any time, let's get straight into it. Alright, so like I said, I want to show you how to make pain type beats today. And if you're not from the UK and you don't know the guys I mentioned in the intro, think of artists such as Rod Wave or Lil Durk. It's that type of pain melody. And for the BPM, it can honestly vary. It could be around 160, even 140. I'm working at half speed, so I'm working around 90. And I'm just going to start with a nice grand piano. And this one is actually a free one, so make sure you guys download this one, it's sick. And then if we go to the piano roll, the formula for making pain melodies is to come down in the scale. And there's a few different ways you can do it. So I'd say just choose any minor scale for now, just so you can see what I'm doing. For example, we're working in F sharp minor. So you could start on the F sharp. So that's going to be the foundation of the beat. That's like the chord progression you're using. These are going to be the 3 main chords. But I could work in other areas as well. So if we got rid of that, you could draw something up here. And if you look, I'm just going down 1 note in the scale. Because then when you build chords on top of any of these by skipping every other note, see what I'm saying? You get that pain feeling straight away. And then you can start inverting notes like this. I kind of liked it where we had it though. Let's pitch it down 1. Then we're going to take these middle notes, pitch these up an octave. And we can just expand on this as well. So we've got the C there, we could copy it up an octave. Let's try this down. Now to make it more human, I just like to do it manually. I feel like it sounds more natural. And then I also like to play these low as well. So if you look at the velocity, if it was all the way up, you get more of an aggressive sound. So I'm just going to turn this down and then press Alt and R to randomize the velocity a bit. But then because we've turned it down from there, I'm just going to bring it up here. It's just because some VSTs will change the sound depending on how high the velocity is, so it's just one thing to think about. So these are the 3 main chords you need to make pain type beats. But you can obviously add to this as well. So if you wanted to add passing notes in between, you could do. You could have it come back up like this. So that's a really common one. Could also take the bottom notes, just copy those down an octave. So what I'm going to do is press Ctrl and B to copy that, and then I might just make a subtle change in the second half. But what I could do is get rid of that, copy it, and then in this half we could add some more notes. Copy that again. See, these notes work because they're in the chords as well. So if you look, we've got G sharp there, G there, and then D sharp there. Add a couple more notes though. Alright, so the chords are sounding sick. I'm just going to copy that. For these beats, you want to save as much space for an artist as possible. So you don't really need any complex counter melodies with the piano. But I might just have it in one part. With counter melodies, what I like to do is just mess around on my MIDI keyboard until I find something that sounds right. And then I'll go back into the MIDI and actually change it. So I'm feeling something like that. So yeah, I'm feeling some parts of that, but I messed up in some other parts. So now I can just go back and change it. And I know not everyone has a MIDI keyboard, and even if you do, you might not know how to play stuff in certain scales. But what you could do is just go up to the typing keyboard and use that one instead, and then set the scale from here. So you could select F and then minor. And then as long as you've got this on, anything that you press on your typing keyboard will be in the scale. So you can record something that way too. So yeah, I think I'm going to bring this up and then just switch something up here. And then it can just come down at the end like this. Okay, I'm just adding some reverb to this as well. Then I'm thinking we could layer those main chords with another instrument. So maybe some other type of keys. I really like the soft piano in Labs, but I've used that a lot. Maybe we could pitch this whole thing up. Like right there, stands out a bit more here. And with this one, it could be more like background noise. So I'm going to increase the mix of the reverb, and then I'm also going to add pancake, and this is going to spread it between both sides. Set it to 1 bar as well. I'm also just going to add some delay to that count melody as well. Alright, so I've got another idea. So I'm just going to use that same grand piano, but keep the delay on it. And all I'm going to do here is just repeat the root note F, because this could be in a build up or chorus or something. Alright, next up I want to find some vocals, and usually what I do for vocals is I'll use something like Arcade, Splice, even my own vocal phrase packs, and I like to find something that has a bit of a slower BPM to start with, because then when I speed it up, you just get an interesting texture and sound. So I think I've got a couple options from our Velvet Voices vocal phrase bank, and this is a 100% royalty free kit by the way, so if you want to check it out, I'll leave a link to it in the description. For each one there's dry and wet versions. We could double it again. And then we're going to get more of that Drake effect. But yeah, from C minor, just need to pitch it up 5. But let's add some effects. So the processing I'm going to do is just an EQ, just filtering out the lows and highs. Then I've got reverb at 50% with the low cut up, and then just some delay with the time set to 2. Then we could just make some cuts and then repeat some sections here. And we could just copy it one more time. And then just extend this one. And for the melody, that's all it really needs, you know, but we can do some arrangement too. So yeah, we'll have one section with all of those, one section without the vocals, one section with this build up. I'll have it like this. So that would be the verse. So we'd have the chords, and then the counter melody will come in. And then just in case we need it, we'll take a bit with the chords and the electric one. All right, from here, I'm just adding sound shifter to the master. I'm going to pitch it down 3. And then we could render that, and then I'm just gonna pitch it back up 3, just because when you pitch it and stretch it that way, you just add certain textures that make it sound more vintage and sampled. So yeah, we'll set that to stretch, bring it back up, we'll send that to an insert, and then on this one we're gonna add origin. Just bring this down a bit. For the drums, I'm gonna use this Regal snare in my Trap Lords kit. Could adjust it a bit more too. I just realized like an idiot, I've still got sound shifter on the master, so it pitched it a bit too much. So we'll take that off now, because we've already rendered it, and then this should fix it. There we go. So I'm just trying to hear a bounce with the hats. So we can start off like that. That might be all it needs for the hats. And then we'll get a punchy kick like the GOAT one, boost it up. Maybe this, you know. Could grab an open hat in. Then maybe shorten this one. Copy that. I feel like the vocals might be off a bit, so I'm just going to move them and then re-render it. I think it needs to be more like that. Okay, we'll grab the goated spins as well. But obviously when that's playing, we'll just take out the lows from the melody. Could add a lower note here. Okay, and then only other things I'm thinking about adding is just some kind of perc loop and then a sub bass and a bridge. But instead of just dragging a perc loop in, let's see if we can make one. And then we'll take all of the percussion samples, send them to a mixer, and then route them all to 1. And then on this one, we're just going to add halftime and then an EQ just to filter everything out. And then I think some reverb too. Just bring down the mix a tiny bit. Yeah, that's the one. All right, I'm going to go ahead and split the drums, bring everything in, just copy them out a few times. All right, so I'm thinking we could have the vocals in the intro. We'll bring the percussion in here. In this section, we can bring the percussion back. And then I think we could probably just come back to the vocals. And when that's happening, we'll take out the open hats, we'll cut out all the drums, bring the percs back here, and then we'll also add the sub bass here too. And for the sub bass, of course, we're going to use my Aquarius Analog Lab Banks. It's got my favorite sub bass in here. Yeah, we'll just have that till about here. Then maybe a note up there. Yeah, maybe that. And then we could just take this and copy it over. And then just one thing before the drop, we'll add a drum fill. I think that's going to be it, man. So let's have a listen from the beginning. Okay, so for the intro, I just took the EQ off the piano so you can hear the bass of it.
Cactus.
These beats are so simple but so sick. The rappers love spitting over these, man, because there's so much space. We got the percussion again. And then just coming up to this. So this section with the vocals could just be a hook. Because there's more going on in the melody, decided to take all the drums out, apart from the percussion, and then just straight back to another verse. So yeah, if you want more paint tutorials, just click up here. Or if you want to stick to drill, click up here.